All right, we are going to start chapter 1 of one more character just to get some of this base work knocked out. I think everyone on my stream is currently asleep, so that's fine. Went ahead and started. We're going to start. This one will be through. Living in the city of Dish. Him. He's going to be a powerful build with street smarts. And I don't know if he's going to romance anyone. We'll get to that when we get to that. You can't make me sleep. You can go to sleep. Yeah, you can go to sleep. I'm just gonna knock this first one out, so that way I don't have to do it later. I'm gonna see if I can fight this guy though. Make video. I'm already recording it. It's a minute and a half in, so you can watch it later. You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you'd only just managed to start drifting off. And now, here you go. Here you are, awake again, and still exhausted. For a moment, you're hazy on the details of where exactly here is, confusing this bus with the many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, your past few days comes back into focus. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late nights, stops and seedy depots that would have felt unsafe even in the middle of the night. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of Pearl Ann's Scarlet, your cousin's mother, your aunt, seems like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with the side of the family. Hi, sleep well. Fortunately, the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow. So anyway, as I was saying, oh no, he's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at you without pause. You're not sure he even stopped when you started to doze off. At first, you thought he was just being friendly, but that was several hours of one-sided conversation ago. So, I was up in Maryland looking for work, mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Me and my buddies were doing our usual prank stuff, you know, pushing joggers into the harbor, that sort of thing. You begin to cough and your eyes start to water on command. Pretending to be sick has always been one of the better ways to get people to leave you alone in strange places. Oh, are you sick? Well, that's alright. I'm pretty sure I've already had whatever you got. I'm sick all the time. Gotta keep my immune system on its toes, you know? So this girl comes up to us, swinging her purse, yelling around about how she was gonna call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. She actually hit my friend, and he said it hurt a lot. So I guess she really was mad and not just playing, but she kept on swinging. And soon enough, she lost her balance and fell into the harbor all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. We had a good laugh, fished her out, and got her phone got soaked, so she couldn't even call the cops on us. We wound up hanging out all day. She kind of became my girlfriend after that. And we've been off and on for about a year, so it's pretty serious. Though, about 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me. Like, for real. And geez, do you ever get so mad you just want to kill somebody? Stop it. Huh? Stop what? Whatever it is you think you're doing right now. You know what I'm talking about. This whole corner stranger on the bus to try to make them uncomfortable act. I'm not playing along. Alright. Maybe I never really wanted to kill her, but if I threatened it a little bit. Anyways, she's giving birth to our son right now, so I'm trying to get up to Virginia to be there for it. But I don't know if I'm, like, into that stuff. So I might just wind up on a bus to New York or somewhere instead. I've always wanted to go there. One of these days, you're gonna run into someone who doesn't tolerate your bullshit. Get your act together. Hey, driver, how much longer to the next stop? One of these days, you're gonna run into someone who doesn't tolerate your bullshit. Get your act together. You cross your arms and glare at the young man with a menace in your eyes. Huh. Alright. maybe you have a point, I guess. New York will always be there waiting for me. Anyways, where'd you say you're headed? I didn't. No need to be nasty, I was just asking. Not like I'm gonna follow you off the bus or anything. So, if you aren't getting off at my stop, then you must be headed to Scarlet Hollow, right? Or the Holler, as they call it in these parts. That's the only other stop on this bus turns around. I ride it pretty often, so I'd know. Almost nobody ever goes up that way, though, come to think of it. I had a couple of buddies who went up there to work in the mine. There's a coal mine up in the holler, you see, and that's always a job listing or two on the boards around here. I never wanted to do that kind of thing myself. I like to lug my lungs the way they are, thanks, but my buddies got desperate enough to try it. I haven't heard from them in a while, now that I think about it. I should see if they're on Facebook, see how they're doing up there. I hope they didn't die! He looks back at his phone, for once focused on something other than you. Oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. Hope you don't get too bored without me around to talk to. Here, I have something for you. The stranger rifles through his bag before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. They're boiled peanuts. Got them at a gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you could use them more than me. Plus, they're dripping all over my back, so I don't want to carry them anymore. I didn't build these muscles by turning down free protein. You take the wet peanuts from the stranger. It's been several hours since you've had any protein, which is several hours too many in your books. You tear into them immediately, not even bothering to remove the shell as you chew through fistfuls of soft legume. In a few moments, they're all gone. I figured someone like you would get a good use out of them. And with that, I leave you. Safe travels, friend. Eat them. And just like that, the stranger is gone. Maybe you can finally get some sleep. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow, into the line. Almost there. Tired. The bus finally comes to a stop, its brakes squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. The sign at least reads bus station, but calling it that feels disingenuous. At least it's a kiosk. At best, it's a kiosk. Though, for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as a road, let alone a bus that drives on it. Every week. The driver quickly shuts the doors behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as he pulls away, eager to leave you in this place behind. Hey, Bruce. You instantly recognize the worn young woman from a few public photos of her Facebook page. She's your cousin, Tabitha, and she looks annoyed to be here. Tabitha! You make direct eye contact, straighten your back, and extend your right arm. She holds her outer hand limply in response. You grip it and squeeze, shaking once. Very professional. Tabitha's lip curls in disgust. She pulls her hand back quickly, covertly wiping it on her dress as she turns towards her car. Come on, let's go. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the door. You follow her, clambering into the dust. It doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. Can't believe I never actually met before this. You have your mom to thank for that. Or had, I guess. Is there bad blood between us? You don't know me, and I don't know what my mom's problem with this side of the family. Your cousin stares straight ahead, her expression icy. You decide to sit in silence with your cousin as the car eases up the mountain speed. You have to be me. Have to be me. Have to be me. And here it is, the Scarlet Estate. Though it's seen better days, its crumbling elegance is not lost on you. Someone used to cramped apartments in gray cities. Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed, always with an anger burning beneath her words. The faded majesty you'd once imagined doesn't quite compare with what is in front of you, a jarring blend of opulence and ruin. As you stare at it, perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like something that should have left to rot a long, long time ago. You're hit with a blast of dusty air as you step across the threshold and into the foyer. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've even been alive. Each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. You can hear doors creak on their hinges and aches and moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to the room, your bathroom, and the kitchen, and hallways, I guess. But only the hallways you need to use to get to those places. I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave the bags here for the time being. Oh man, this place is huge. I can't wait to unwind. Yes, the estate is quite large, but I'd be careful about unwinding too much. You don't want to wander off somewhere you shouldn't. You might get some nasty splinters. Follow me. Yeah, so I basically have, because the game isn't finished, I went ahead and created 3 different versions. So I have the Aranexus walkthrough, where I'm doing Keen Eye and Talk to Animals, and I'm romancing the character Stella. She's like really nice and cares about people and is like for the greater good. I'm doing Monstera, who is a hot mystic, romancing Reese, which is like a monster character. And then I'm doing Bruce, who is a powerful build street smarts guy, and I'm gonna just have him be really mean to everybody. Um, so I'm basically just prepping all of those versions, so when the 5th chapter comes out, I can then play them and kind of let them engage how they would finish their stories. So yeah, after I get to the end of this episode, I'm done though, because I am so tired and my voice is so tired. You put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps. Kitchen. On Wednesdays, a woman from town comes in and does the cleaning. Her name is Janie. I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixings for peanut butter and jelly. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Oh, and you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. I've always dreamed of having a kitchen like this. It's so much bigger than what I'm used to at the city. Is that a kitchen island? It is, thank you. You know, when you named your character Bruce, I kind of thought you were doing that, doing a Wayne romance. LOL. I didn't even think about that, but Wayne is the next one I wanted to romance in line. I wanted to romance Stella, then I wanted to romance Reese, and then I wanted to romance Wayne. So it works. um, what if I want ice cream? Then you can buy yourself some at the general store. If you touch my stash, I will know, and there will be consequences. Ooh, that sounds like a luxury I can't afford. Then you can't have ice cream. That's how it works. Alright, what's next on the tour? Bathroom. Follow me. Great, it's been hours since I've gone. As the 2 of you leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. Before following your cousin down the hall, you decide to pet the cat. She bites you, hard, and hisses violently. Tabitha sighs. As you've now learned, you do not pet Frou Frou. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know. Come on, the bathroom waits. You once again follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights, it'll get easier to navigate these parts. But for the time being, you feel lucky you have not fallen through the floors. Guest bathroom. Not much to show. It's a bathroom. I'll wait outside. Do what you must if you must. It is a wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corners of the room, and and mystery stains paint the floor. toilet is a toilet. Sure, it could be cleaner, but your business needs doing, and this is as good as a place as any. You do what you must and rejoin your cousin out in this hall. Next up, guest bathroom. Last stop, or guest bedroom. Last stop on the tour. Follow me. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh. I had Janie wash them last week. I had to endure a half-hour rant about her kid to get her to do it, so you'd better be grateful. The closet is full of old family stuff, so you can hang your clothes up, but you can use the dresser. It should be empty. There's a lot of boxes and stuff lying around here. I could help you move things around and fix the place up. Look, I appreciate the offer, but Janie already comes in once a week. It's fine. I guess I'll get settled. Follow me. I'll take you back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you'll have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Don't expect to see much of me. Did I do something wrong? You asked me to come to this funeral, but since the moment I got here, you've been acting like I spat in your coffee. What's going on? Was it something I said? Okay, I'm sorry, I've been testy since you've gotten here. You haven't done anything wrong. I'm just under a lot of pressure right now. Please just stay out of my hair until later, okay? I have work to do. You decided to let Tabitha leave for work. Are we all set then? I'll see you tonight. Your cousin leaves through the front door. Now it's just you. You and this sprawling, decrepit estate. The only thing you have had to eat in the past 8 hours were those boiled peanuts you got from that strange man in the mess. Suffice it to say, you're still hungry, and a PB&J sounds exactly like what you need to take on the rest of the day. You head to the kitchen. You're back in the kitchen ready to craft a beautiful peanut butter and jelly sandwich with the daunting task given the state of the palace, but the aggressive growl in your stomach outweighs your fear of food poisoning. You get settled. You probably need to find some peanut butter and jelly and bread and a plate and a knife. Okay. We're gonna do it. We're gonna be mean. We're gonna be mean. You pick up a box of Tabitha's mac and cheese. You can't say you've seen this brand before. You aren't sure what force of chaos compelled you to do this, but it's done. You close the box and tuck it back far behind the others. As you approach the fridge, your eyes catch a note taped to the door reading, Janie, stay out, in all caps. Yeah, I saw that option previously, and I was like, I can't do this, but I'm gonna be mean. And so I'm now being awfully mean, and I hate it. I hate every second of it. Below it in a separate heading are the words okie dokie. I'm also gonna eat her ice cream. I'm also thinking about eating this really gross thing just because I don't know, is it gonna kill me? I'm actually worried this is gonna kill me. Okay. Why did you do that? What were you expecting? This takeout container is disgusting. Beyond words. A liquefied mess, wholly congealed in its styrofoam shell. You can't even tell what it used to be. This stuff doesn't just smell bad. It smells ancient. Protein is protein, you say to yourself as you force the slimy substance down your throat. Into the steel trap that is your stomach. Your mouth and throat sense might be revolted, but you know your muscles will thank you for this later. You've never been one to puke or get sick, and you don't see any reason why this slime would be any different. Okay. It's so gross. It's so gross. I hate this so much. Okay. Tabitha explicitly told me not to do this. You think to yourself as you reach for a pint of chocolate banana chip. She'll be really mad if she finds out. Your conscience warns you as you take a scoop straight from the pint and shove it into your mouth. Before you know it, half the container is empty. Surely she won't even notice if each container of ice cream she has a small, almost imperceivable scoop taken from it. You jam each of the scoops into the half-empty container until it's once again brimming with banana chocolate chunk. As you return it to its place on the shelf, your guilt subsides. Your cousin will be none the wiser. We got to eat ice cream after eating that abomination, so it's all good. Yeah, I had to balance it out. Okay. Let's go to the garden. This garden was reclaimed by the wilderness long ago. It might not be very safe, but who's to stop you from venturing deeper? You wander further into the garden. It's quiet out here. Okay. You head back inside and close the door behind you. You're done here. Congratulations, you've eaten and had a full day ahead of you. What would you like to do next? With Tabitha gone, there's no one stopping you from going into the forbidden wing of the estate. Except for the locks and chains sealing them shut. An insurmountable object for most, but a mild inconvenience for you. As the locks fall, the doors moan open, revealing the entrance to what once must have been an incredibly lavish ballroom. Faintly in the distance, you can hear the quiet notes of an old piano playing from another room. Forbidden wings are yours to explore. Nope, we're doing it. You can see why your cousin warned you against coming here. It's clear that the chaos of nature is doing its best to reclaim this place. Years of detritus have piled here like gathering at leaves. Detritus? Detritus? Detritus. I don't know if that's right. Years of detritus have piled here like gathering leaves, and the tiled floor has been torn apart, destroying the order that once made this place beautiful. The piano you heard from outside the ballroom has grown louder. Wherever it is, it's nearby. Maybe it's just a self-playing model? Maybe you aren't as alone here as you thought. You make your way over to the painting covering the far wall. It's a family tree. Angry scratches over the space where your mother should be. As far as you can tell, there are 3 exits to the ballroom. There is, of course, the door you came through. And on your far right, is a door beyond a broken floor, a dead end. Across the room from where you entered is the 3rd and final exit, a glass doorway you can just barely make out behind a pile of broken furniture. You move to investigate it more closely. As you approach, playing grows clearer. Without a doubt, the piano is behind this door. The pile of furniture blocking the doorway weighs a considerable amount, and it's safe to say that most people would be unable to move it on their own. You aren't most people, although, and with a bit of muscle, you clear it off to the side. As you move the final piece out of the way, the playing stops, as if aware of your efforts. As you step through the door, something slips through your peripheral and into the shadows. Your eyes lock with it as it lingers in the doorway. The far side of the room, the two of you separated by a cavernous gash in the floor. Who are you? Your words hang in the air as the presence slips deeper into the estate. Whatever it was you just encountered leaves you wondering just how much longer you should stay in the estate on your own. Now that your cousin is gone, the aches and pains of your journey sink into your bones. You stumble back up the stairs to your room, suitcase in tow, eager to unwind before you face the rest of the day. You stand at the entrance of your room. You can only imagine how beautiful the garden must have been in its heyday. If you owned this place, you could totally get out there with a shovel and some gardening gloves and whip it into shape. You'd go out and pull weeds, chop trees, carve top of trees, and do whatever you needed to do to turn it into its former day glory. And once it was all done, you'd sit by the fountain, which of course you'd have a little goldfish in it, and drink a floral tea while enjoying the bird song. Yeah, you definitely do that. Just not right now. You drag your suitcase over to the dresser and open the bottom drawer. A possum lurks within. It is quiet and angry. Oh, pardon me? You gently close the drawer, leaving the marsupial in peace. This drawer belongs to the possum, and there's nothing you can do about it. You open the top drawer next. It's empty. As good a place as you'll find to put your clothes. Based on the state of this house, you wonder if you'd have been better off keeping your clothes in your nice, clean bag. But there's no going back now. You can see why your cousin said you should put your clothes in the dresser instead of this closet. There must be decades of family history stacked up in here. Of course, you're sharing a room with a creepy doll. You pick it up and examine it more closely. Its foot reads, "Property of Alexandra." No need to carry this around with you. You close the closet behind you. This must be an older relative of yours, judging by the dates on the inscription. You've never heard of her, but you'd barely heard anything about your aunt and cousin until a week ago, so that's not really a surprise. Maybe you could ask Tabitha about this Mary Belle Scarlet the next time you see her. That is if she's actually in the mood for the conversation. You immediately collapse onto the bed. You're tired enough from being alone in a strange new place. Won't stop you from passing out. Or so you thought. You cough as a small cloud of dust rises from the mattress. These sheets might be fresh, but everything else beneath them might have been around to see the dawn of civilization. You try to settle in, but the bed is lumpy in strange places, and you can feel the springs pressing through the fabric. You might be tired, but you're far from tired enough to get in more than a few minutes of uncomfortable napping. It doesn't seem like there's much else for you to do here right now. That you're settled in, there's not much left for you to do here other than head out and explore the town. You do just that. If you'd have known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you'd probably have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of that tension, though maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. It's really pretty out here. Finally, you made it back to town. The holler, as that guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. It still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. Gretchen, come back! Quit bothering strangers! Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc. I actually don't do too well with dogs. Aw, don't worry about it. Maybe she can help change that, though. If you'd like, you could try petting her. It might make her seem less threatening. I'm good. Alright, but if you ever change your mind, she's always ready to make some new friends. Where are my manners? Talking to you about this for this long without introducing myself. I'm Stella. It's not often I see a face up in the holler. Every now and then there's a new crop or coal folks, but you don't look dusty enough for that. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? I wouldn't be caught dead at a funeral. Very funny, but I'd recognize those sunken eyes and frigid cheekbones anywhere. That scarlet blood runs thick. You must be Tabby's cousin, right? That's the only person I could think of who would come to town for the funeral. How's she holding up? To be honest, I've been a little worried about her all alone up in that big house. Why do you care? She's awful. And as far as I can tell, she openly hates me. If it's any consolation, that's how she is with everyone. I wouldn't take it too personally. I'm not sure what it says about her state of mind that she's still her same old grumpy self. Having somebody else at the house will be good for her, even though she's probably never admitted it. If that's really how she is with everybody, I don't see how you can think she's worth your time. I guess we just see the world differently. I don't really think about people as individually being worth or unworthy of my time and attention. I have enough compassion to go around, you know. Especially in a small town like this. Trust me, there's kindness at her core, as much as she doesn't want to admit it. Oh, if you go to town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for coffee, and they've got amazing biscuits. My treat. Yeah, I'll pass. Okay then. I guess I'll see you around. You wander into the quaint little general store. The country ambiance clashes terribly with the goth woman behind the counter, who has been eyeing you with something between curiosity and dawning horror. Oh, my God. She was clearly trying to say it quietly, but of course you heard her. You're the only two people here. Your reputation once again seems to have preceded you. That surprised look on her face is a look of recognition. Very well, fair maiden. Good idea. This is a store, even if you're mostly interested in small talk. You'd be much better if you decide to buy something. Your gaze turns towards the shelves. Chips, beverage, ice cream. Just browse. Ice cream. You quickly head to the fridge, grabbing the nearest frostbitten pint of ice cream before making your way to the register. We're unfortunately out of Hillbrook Creamery in case brand loyalty runs in the family. I'm Kanika, by the way. I figure you must be Tabitha's cousin. It's only fair you should know my name, since I know yours. I was hoping I could butter her up with a new pint. Is this the wrong one? I'm afraid so. We don't carry the weird stuff she eats anymore. Not since she stopped coming around to buy it. And we finally managed to sell off the last of it a couple years ago, thank God. You feel like the first normal person I've talked to. If the only other person you've met is Tabitha, anyone would seem normal. I'll take the compliment, though. Well, it was nice chatting. I'll get out of your hair now, but I'm sure I'll see you around. Wait, I think you forgot to pay. I think I'm good, actually. You can keep the ice cream. Oh, alright then. I guess I'll see you around. You're good to forfeit. You make your way back to Main Street. What you find inside is the elegant building. It's not a town hall, as was suggested by the letters. Carved in stone out front, instead, you find something that looks more like a library. In fact, it is a library. The air is thick with the smell of old paper and fresh coffee. A man busies himself sorting books on a mobile shelf, and a cat lunges on a book cart. There's a group of teens gathered on the stairs, not sitting in chairs despite the prevalence of empty seats. As is their custom, they glance up at you with a slight annoyance, as is also their custom. "Oh, hi there. I'm Oscar. If you need any help, just let me know." The cat too meows at you and seems warming gesture. Oscar, clearly the librarian here, smiles at you from behind the shelf of books. But as his eyes focus on your face, the smile fades, replaced with a look of dawning recognition. "Wait a minute, you must be... never mind, sorry." "Who is it, Dad? Do you know him?" "No, Rosalina, don't worry about it." "Oh my god, wait, I heard somebody at school talking about how the long-lost Scarlet heir is coming back to town this week. You know, for the funeral? That must be him." "But Becca, Miss Tabitha is the heir, right?" "Shut up, Alexis. I know what I heard." I think Alexis is right. I think Tabitha already owns the mines. Ugh, you're 13, Rosalina. Stop acting like you know things. Girls, please be nice to each other. Yes, this is Tabitha's cousin, and no, he isn't the true heir to the Scarlet Fortune or anything like that. He's just here to pay respects to Miss Pearl. So much for not making you feel like we know everything about you. I have to imagine that's a bit uncomfortable, but welcome to Scarlet Hollow, Bruce. You pet the cat. He purrs loudly, leaning fully into your knuckles as you scratch beneath his chin. He is way into this. So into this that he gives you an affectionate little bite, still purring like a motorboat, and you pull your hand away slowly before he can decide you're a fun toy to try and disembowel. It's creepy to be known. I feel exposed. If it's any constellation, all we really know is gossip, and it's mostly about your mom anyways. I was just a kid back when your mom left, but I still remember what an uproar there was. You wouldn't believe some of the rumors people were circulating. Our very own celebrity scandal. Hopefully folks in town will give you a chance to be your own person and not just treat all this as a continuation of old drama. But I suppose I should know better by now. I've dealt with my fair share. I mostly know folks have long memories and unforgiving temperaments. But they'll probably be nice enough to talk to. It's the stuff they say behind your back that you have to look out for. Wait, have you been at the center of some small-town drama? I like to think that if you live in a town this small and don't wind up as a topic of a few rumors, you aren't truly living. But yes, not to get too personal, coming back to town after college with a toddler and no wife did land me at the center of a small talk. You just live and let live. People will say that what they say, and there's no point in being too concerned about it. The best comeback is a life well lived. Oh my god, Rosalina, is your dad was weird with everybody? That was way too much. I don't think we're supposed to be listening. Well, he shouldn't trauma dump on strangers. Shouldn't those kids be in school? It's fall break. What they said. And I'm happy to have them here. I like knowing what Rosalina gets up to. What are you girls doing again? We're taking a what dragon species are you quiz. Yeah. We have to focus, so please don't keep distracting us by asking what we're doing. Okay, for the next one, choose a smell. I like smoky, but I don't know, that seems like it'll get us like a normal fire-breathing dragon. Yeah, if we want the Japanese air dragon, we'll need to be more strategic. What does air smell like? Are we supposed to just answer the one we like best? Not if we want to get the best dragon. I'm going to say ocean spray, because spray is like in the air. I'd like to talk to whoever's in charge around here, the mayor or whoever. I don't think talking to Mayor Jimmy would be very enlightening, but I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have about the town. But if you're looking for an authority figure, honestly, your cousin is probably the one you'd want to talk to. Do you know my cousin? Well, everybody in town, like these kinds of knows each other, but I wouldn't say we're friends or even acquaintances. I know of her, and presumably she knows of me. I hope she's doing all right. I know how hard it is to grapple with the loss of a parent, especially so young. It's disappointingly common up in these parts. People don't tend to go to the doctor until it's too late, and most of them live hard lives on top of that. Seems even Pearl Ann wasn't safe from the ravages of mountain life. He's still doing it. Didn't they just meet? He's right, though. Didn't your uncle die last year, Alexis? Yeah, he was pretty young, and he got cancer. Ew, now you guys are doing it. I don't remember asking for a Greek chorus to chime in on my conversation, girls. Then don't talk so loud. Ugh, we got serum. Ew. We got seaworm. Ew. We were clearly too distracted by all that talking over there. I thought libraries were supposed to be quiet places of study. Come on, let's go to your place, Alexis. I feel like a 5-year-old when I hang out in the library anyways. Yeah, we can watch a movie in your basement. Do you think your parents would mind? I can ask. They never mind. Come on, let's go. The teens start towards the door with Becca in the lead. Wait, Rosalina, when should I expect you back? We're doing a sleepover, right? I'll have to see if my mom was gonna make pot pies for dinner. That's okay, we can order a pizza. The conversation fades as they walk out the door. Keep me posted. Teens, am I right? You say knowingly, despite your lack of children. I'm sure I'll miss this when she's off at college. That's what I keep telling myself, at least. Anyways, I'd better go shelf some books before it gets too late. Feel free to stop by anytime. I'm always around. You make your way back to Main Street. It looks like the sun's finally starting to set. Maybe you'll see if a sleepy southern town like Scarlet Hollow has a vibrant nightlife. Another day, but for now, you feel ready to head back to the estate. You return to the dirt road, beginning to trek back up towards the estate. You can hit things. As the sun sinks deeper into the horizon, the sky is flooded with orange and pink hues, the shadows around you darkening and stretching out over the path. The mountains seem to make night come quickly here, their rounded hills bolting out to the dying sun prematurely, casting the valley of Scarlet Hollow in an eerie autumn twilight. You've had a long day between traveling and meeting all the strangers. The dusty bed that awaits you back at the estate is starting to sound very appealing. There's a sound on the path behind you. You turn back, but the road finds nothing. You still seem to be alone. Your eyes scan the side of the mountain road, settling on a large stick. This will definitely protect you. And then you hear another sound, a shuffle of leaves. You look up to see a creature in the middle of the road. Pause in mid-step, one paw still held in midair, staring at you with a wild and unkempt look in its eyes. It's a mountain lion, and there's something horribly wrong with it. It takes yet another step towards you, drool leaking from its slack mouth. There must be easier prey than me. I could kill you in the state you're in. It dashes forward with surprising speed, ears back, claws glinting. You swing your stick at the creature as it barrels towards you, your blow connecting with a heavy and satisfying crack. Stunned for the briefest of moments, but then it lunges again, pawing at your ankles, its momentum dragging you towards the tree line, and from there, sliding down. It's disoriented, but you manage to move the creature's body under you just before a heavy impact. You fall. You find yourself stunned, but relatively uninjured. At the moment, the mountain lion isn't finished. Its body oozing from the fall. It pushes itself back to its feet, killing intent shining clear in its wild yellow eyes. And then the evening air is pierced with the sound of a gunshot. The mountain lion is gone in a flash, leaving a thin trail of blood behind as it disappears into the dark woods beyond. Damn. Nearly had the list. And I nearly had you, too. Who the hell are you? What are you doing out here looking to get shot? Is that a threat? Of course not. I'm after the mountain lion. Ain't interested in any kind of most dangerous game. Wait a tick. You seem awfully familiar. He looks you up and down with his good eye. Ain't that Ain't you that Scarlet kid everybody's been saying wasn't gonna show? I apologize for my burskiness. Burskiness. I don't know that word. And I'm sorry for you and Miss Tabitha's loss. You can call me Duke. No need to thank me for saving your life. Duke seems to think for a moment, glancing up in the darkening sky. You'd better not keep walking around on your own out here. Not with that thing on the prowl. I'd hate to think anything might happen to you without me around to save your skin. Tell you what, tag along with me while I finish what we started, and I'll be sure to get you home safe. I'll wager Miss Tabitha would appreciate somebody looking out for you. There's something wrong with that mountain. Let's go after that thing before it hurts somebody else. Yes, I won't finish. Let's go after the son of a bitch. I appreciate you looking out for me, thanks. What do you think, Tabitha will give you a reward? But I don't want to go with you. I don't know, you leave me alone. I'm scared I want to go. Just start to walk away. There's something wrong with that mountain lion. Probably got the cancer. Had all them lumps. Doesn't mean it's any less dangerous. If I had to guess, I'd say it's more deadly than ever now that it sees death coming for it. As you well know. When's the last time you heard of a mountain lion attacking anybody, especially on this side of the continent? You're one of the lucky few, so don't ruin it by going off and dying alone in the woods after God did you a favor. Yes, I want revenge. Let's go get that son of a bitch. Damn straight. We don't need a man-eater prowling these woods after dark. It's not safe to let it roam like that. You and Duke make your way into the darkness, following the trail of blood the mountain lion left behind. Before long, the sun is completely set, and the two of you find yourselves in near total darkness. Though Duke has a flashlight, he uses it sparingly. You both adjust to the starlight. The starlight instead. Every sound feels deafening as the two of you pick your way through the underbrush. Every snapped twig could be the deadly paws of the thing that hunted you. Every rustling leaf the herald of a vicious attack. Though you know deep down it's probably nothing but squirrel shrews. Until you hear the unmistakable sound of something large shifting among the fallen leaves. Gotcha! The old man quickly steps forward, gun held at the ready. What the hell? Okay, so that's what I was thinking. Can I just leave? You try to head towards the far side of the clearing, attempting to make your way into the dark woods, but Duke stops you, heading off before you step into the brush. Now, wait a minute. What do you think you're doing? Did that fall knock a screw loose? Man, I can't avoid this. That thing is still out there, and it's only getting dark. Don't go risking your life just because you don't like the thought of spending some time with old Duke. Tabitha's seen enough heartbreak this week. Let's not give her any more. So I'm afraid I have to insist. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing I'd let somebody go off on their own in the dark with something like that prowling around after them. Your eyes wander to Duke's. He's probably not going to shoot you if you turn around and leave. But opposing him here would be violating the unspoken rules of advisory to social status. Luke has the gun. The Duke decides what the two of you are going to do, and it would seem that his choice of activity is hunting, so hunt you shall. At least until you can slip away in a more appropriate and discreet manner. You reluctantly follow the armed man into the dark woods, hoping he stays true to his word and brings you back to your present peace. Before long, the sun is completely set, and the two of you find yourselves in near total darkness. Though Duke has a flashlight, he uses it sparingly, letting you both adjust to the starlight instead. Every sound feels deafening as you pick the underbrush. The unmistakable gotcha. What the hell? Duke, you scared me. What are you doing out here so late? Stella, I asked you the same, but I'm sure I know what has you slinking around after dark. Do you know how close I came to putting a bullet hole in you? But you didn't. No harm, no foul. Hey, Bruce. Weird to see you out here so late. Does Tabitha know you're with Duke? Gretchen's little nose comes to pick up something she doesn't like. She thrashes in Stella's arms, whining threateningly. Whoa, calm down, girl. You know Bruce. I swear, it gets so hard to hold on to her when she gets like this. Sometimes it feels like she's only geriatric when she wants to be. It's alright, little lady. You're safe as long as you've got your mama looking after you. Unlike you, Stella, if you decide to keep on doing whatever it is you're doing out here, I think you'll find these woods ain't agreeable tonight. Bruce here had a run-in you wouldn't believe. So just go on home and save all this for some other night. Wait, a run-in? What kind of run-in? Was it supernatural? Like I said, you won't believe it. Now put that dang camera away. I was attacked by a mountain lion. A mountain lion? Are you sure? Oh, for the love of don't get started, Stella. We were both there. We saw the damn thing. It was a mountain lion, plain and simple. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. It's just that I did that whole video on them and found absolutely no evidence that they existed out here. Eastern mountain lions are extinct. There hasn't been a sighting in decades. There hasn't been a sighting in decades until now. Your friend damn near got eaten by one. So if you don't want your last video to be found 20 years from now next to a pile of bones in the den of some long-dead creature, you best get out of these woods. That would be so cool. No, it would not. Your mama and dad are splintering in their graves hearing talk like that. If they ain't around to stop you, then I'll take on that responsibility. Go on, get. The old man shoos her away. Fine, I'll go. You recognize something in her smirk. She has no intention of moving on. You're just going around. You're just gonna keep running around with your camera, aren't you? She most certainly is. I'll head back towards town, I promise. She is absolutely not doing that. If anything, calling her out has only strengthened her resolve. And if I happen to see anything video-worthy on my way, well, who am I to deny fate? If I hear any screams of terror out there tonight, know that I will be disappointed in you, Stella Richmond. You won't hear a peep. And with that, she's off. It's just you and Duke in the woods, dark woods once again. There's no getting through to that girl when she puts her mind to something, I swear. Damn, we've been stopped too long. Now the old hip is starting to voice its complaints. There's an overlook up this way. Let's sit a spell. I brought a few victuals along if you're peckish. You find your way along the narrow path and emerge on a rocky outcropping overlook, the dark forest. The sky above is smeared with stars, more than you have ever seen before. Duke interrupts the serenity of the scene with his old man grunts, folding his creaky joints as he settles in on a nearby log. He starts rustling through a small pack you hadn't noticed he was carrying, pulling out some beef jerky and a couple of beers. At least it's a nice night, even if the circumstances leave something to be desired. Help yourself to jerky, and as for the beer, I was planning on having both cans myself, but I suppose I can be convinced to spare one. You take one of Duke's old cold ones. It's more like a somewhat cool one after the many hours outside, but you crack it open nonetheless, offering him a gesture of cheers and take a sip. It's cheap beer, but it's refreshing. It's watery. Earthy taste mingling well with the crisp mouthfeel, putting you somewhat more at ease. Duke seems slightly more at ease now, too, seemingly happy to not be drinking alone. So you're a Duke man. I've met some pretty passionate sports fans. I've never met someone named after a team. I can't believe Stella would believe us about the mine plan. They're really that rare up here. Shouldn't we drink in this situation? Is it dangerous? Can't I have some of that jerky? I can't eat jerky. I'm a vegetarian. I can't eat jerky. I'm a vegan. Seems like you and Stella go way back. What do you think of her? I'll have some of that jerky. Damn straight you will. You take a laborious bite of the jerky. It's a type of trail snack that isn't very comfortable to eat, but whose discomfort brings with it a deep satisfaction. A discomfort that tells you that you are tough. It's not especially flavorful, but it is nourishment. Eating it is like how you imagine it might feel to survive off of old-timey war rations. I was wondering, how did you find me? I've been on this thing's trail all day. I got myself a personal vendetta. It's been after my chickens. I've seen it around my property a few times now, and the next day I always have a bird or two missing. Those birds is like family to me. I raised them from eggs. They know me by sight, and I'm the daddy. So it means something to me when some creature sets their sights on my hens. That thing shoots to the top of my list of enemies. And I suppose it sees me some commonalities between you and my chickens. I didn't expect to find a near stranger out there on the wrong end of that thing. But I'm glad I did, for your sake. A crisp breeze passes over you. You can't help but shake the feeling that you're being watched. You scan the tree line, but whatever might be out there is nowhere to be seen. Is it just me, or does it feel like we're being watched right now? That's just nature. You'll get used to it. About what you said earlier. Why did everyone think I wasn't going to come for the funeral? That'd be Miss Pearl Ann's doing. She was never very kind when talking about your side of the family. Bless her heart, and God rest her soul, of course. But she told everybody your side of the family had sworn off Scarlet Hollow. Everyone who lived here, so nobody around these parts thought we'd be seeing much of you. You're from here. What do you think of Scarlet Hollow? What do I think? Might as well be asking me what I think of the air I breathe or the dirt I'm standing on. How am I supposed to know? I'm in it. I should be asking you, what do you think of our town? I get the impression that it's barely hanging on. Now you watch yourself. Only locals get the privilege of talking smack on the town. Mainstream might not be doing as well as it used to, but that don't mean folks ain't still living here. It'll come back. Scarlet Hollow always comes back, no matter how many times it looks to be falling apart. You feel so much more like the kind of person I expected to find out here. Like you really belong. You calling me a stereotype? I'm just joking. I know I picked up some habits that folks around here tend to pass around. At least I ain't on the meth. That's the next generation's troubles. I just chew my tobacco and drink my beer and leave it at that. I will say though, things ain't like they used to be around here. Kids grow up online and lose their accents because they want to sound like somebody else. They move away and come back with a big head on their shoulders talking about the elders, just talking down to the elders just because they went off and got themselves some expensive degree. At least my beau is a solid mountain boy. He'll be sitting on the porch with a beer watching the sun go down over the hills every night, same as every Callaway that's gone before him. He knows there's no shame in the country life. So, Duke, tell me about yourself. You want to know about me? I can't say I know what there is to tell. I've got a beautiful wife, Irma, who I love to hell and back. We've got our boy Bo and our little farm. And our closest neighbor is that bastard Julius Turpentine. But that ain't here nor there. Tell me, what's the biggest pumpkin you ever seen? I got the feeling you want to show me a large pumpkin. Damn right. But not just any pumpkin, the biggest pumpkin I bet you'll ever see. Feast your eyes on this beautiful lady. Duke pulls out his wallet, flipping it open to a photograph of a very, very large pumpkin. Big Betty, my biggest yet. Me and Bo are taking her down to the fair this week, aiming to take home the big blue ribbon. How the hell are you getting that thing to the fair? We got ourselves a hay lifter, and of course Bo is a big hill. That boy is built like a bowl. We tend to put him on the other end of the lift as a counterweight. It ain't to say it's easy. We've lost one or two over the years from mishandling. Not showstoppers like Betty, of course, but it's still stuff. Even now that we got the hang of things, it's still going to give me a heart attack to see her lifted up and not know whether might go wrong. How'd it get so big? Patience and dedication and a whole lot of water. Oh, and chicken muck, which of course we got plenty of. Less lately, what with the mountain lion, but even if we don't manage to track it down tonight, we don't look like that thing is long for this world. One way or another, it'll soon cease to be on my list of problems. Well, good job growing something like that can't have been easy. Damn right. It don't always work out. Sometimes you just wind up with something half her size. All that effort for something you wouldn't even take home a green ribbon. Not this year, though. Everything was just right. I'm gonna have to kill a pug, aren't I? I hate this. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. What do you think of Tabitha? You can be honest. Say that as if I would have had a bad word to say about her. I think she knows the value of hard work. I think she and your whole family have been the lifeblood of this town for longer than I've been alive. And they're the whole reason any new jobs come out this way. That ain't just touristy bullcrap. We have the Scarlets to thank for this place. Ain't just a glorified theme park like some other towns I can name. I don't want to be a local flavor character selling my produce at some cutesy farm stand to folks up from the city who think they want homegrown goods but get nervous if they see a brown spot. So I'm grateful to Miss Tabitha, and will hear no slander to her good name. You open your mouth to speak, but before you get a word out, your phone buzzes in your pocket. You're getting a phone call. It's your cousin. You pick it up. It might cut your evening short, for better or for worse. You could always text her and say that you aren't in the middle of the woods next to the loaded gun, hunting down a man-eating cougar. Oh, man. Bruce, where did you go? Are you dead? No, I'm just in the woods hanging out with this cool old guy. I almost got eaten by a mountain lion. I'm wandering around in the woods with some old guy with a shotgun. I'm fine. You don't have to worry about me. I'm home later. I almost got eaten by a mountain lion. I'm wandering around in the woods with some old guy with a shotgun. You what? No wonder you sound like you're inside a blender. Your reception must be terrible out there. If that's Miss Tabitha, you should tell her you're with old Duke. She'll know me. Clearly, I don't need to explain that being in the woods, especially at night, is a bad thing. Get the old guy to take you back to town. Now! And tell her I saved your life, too, so she knows you're in good hands. There's a sound nearby, a scuffling, and then... What in the... Okay, seems like something's really cool is about to happen. Talk later, bye. Bruce, don't you dare hang up. That must be my birdie. She's still alive. The old man takes a step towards the tree line. Get your thieving little hands off her. Duke charges forward, flashlight in hand, crashing through the brush. Damn, that thing is fast. Which way did it go? There's an odd sound nearby. Oh, it isn't the sound of whatever the two of you were chasing. Duke stops mid-stride to listen, and you stop to listen as well. It's a human voice. Damn it, I know that voice. There appears to be some kind of growth. I've never seen anything like it. Geez, I hope I don't get demonetized for this. Stella, I swear to God, didn't I tell you to go on home? The two of you emerge into the clearing, revealing what Stella has been filming so intently. It's Birdie, her little chicken body panting desperate breaths as she lies in a crumpled heap at Stella's feet. Birdie, oh no, what happened to you, sweetheart? Duke, I just found her like this. I think there's something seriously wrong with her. Stella, what the hell? Don't put this online. Bruce is right. Nobody has to see her like this. So sorry, Duke. It's just, my job. It's cruel is what it is. Birdie don't deserve to be made into some online sideshow. There's something really wrong with all the animals we've seen tonight. No goddamn shit. It's like some kind of plague. Better not be contagious. Did you see the thing that got a hold of her? Sure did. I got it on camera, too. I don't know what it is yet. A gnome or something? There ain't no such thing. Do you think we should put her down? Jesus, Bruce. Something wrong with your head? We're absolutely not putting her down. We're getting her help. As you, Duke, and Stella take stock of the situation, a sound begins to wrap around you gently at first, barely a whisper. But then a guttural moan. And then another, and another, until suddenly you find yourselves surrounded by a chorus of groaning misery. Oh, what the hell is going on? The voices. Oh, I have no idea. She starts filming again. Come on, Bernie. Let's get you home. As Duke scoops up the injured Birdie, the voices in the trees intensify. It's like you're all of a sudden surrounded. The strange sounds coming closer, growing bolder. What the hell is that? Don't you step another foot closer, I'll shoot. Don't think I won't. The man hesitates, and the thing steps forward, fixing what seems to be its eyes on Birdie, tucked under Duke's arm. Gretchen starts making ungodly noises, screaming and howling along the den around you. You and Stella turn just in time to see another of the creatures slithering out from the bush. Gretchen whines and barks, reaching a fever pitch as another creature malformed hand grasps her. Oh my god! What's going on over there? As Duke glances back, everything seems to happen at once, a pattern of unnatural feet and then chaos. I don't want to do this. Duke grapples with the thing as it grabs at his shotgun, pushing the barrel way out of the way. As it grasps for Birdie with oddly disjointed limbs, while Stella glares in shock silence, as if paused, watching as the other creature attempts to wrestle Gretchen into the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. Shit! Shit! Get your grubby little hands off my bird! You were born for this. Wait, what? Can I save the boat? You rush to Duke's side. your steady hand searching for the barrel of his shotgun. You grab it, pointing it safely at the sky as you aim a swift, brutal kick at the creature. Its flesh is doughy and structureless, like a loosely packed sausage. Your foot leaves an imprint in its chest, and it stumbles back, clutching at an odd moment. Duke regains control of the shotgun, and you turn your attention back to Gretchen. You pick up a large rock and hurl it at the thing, just as it's in the midst of dragging Gretchen away. Your aim is flawless, and it strikes the creature square in its wretched face, lodging itself in its flesh. It scrambles back, its movement uncoordinated in the blackness, leaving Gretchen unharmed. And then a gunshot, a scatter of footsteps, and finally silence. Oh my gosh. I got to save Duke. I didn't have to kill Gretchen, and I got to save Duke. Oh my gosh. You turn just in time to see the creature you knocked off of Duke disappear, bleeding into the tree line. Okay, no las dos. Oh man. I was not. Holy shit, Gretchen, I almost lost you. Thank you, Bruce. And Bernie's safe on the ground till we get our bearings. Holy shit, did you guys see that pitch? Damn thing got away, though. We have to go after it, right? I don't think we have much footage, and nobody's gonna believe us unless... Nobody's gonna believe us, period, Stella Richmond. Even if we drag the mangled corpse of one of them critters straight out of these damned woods. I got my bird, and we all still got our lives. I'm calling it here. We're leaving. But... those things aren't too tough. Let's not back down while we have a fresh trail to follow. Yes, let's go! Stella doesn't wait for you or Duke to respond. She holds Gretchen close and starts running. I'll be damned if I let you two chase after those things on your own. You join Duke and Stella chasing after the wounded creature and into the darkness. Good God, there's a ton of the damn things. There are more of them. A lot more of them. They leer at you from the trees, no longer hiding as they bellow their strange calls out into the night. What the hell are they? Where are they coming from? His question is seemingly answered when you burst through the trees and into a clearing. Stella, too, is stopped by the sight and smell of what has been arranged here. She stands with you at an edge, overlooking the bizarre patterns of animal corpses, their rot flavoring the air. Gretchen seems upset, shaking in Stella's arms and whimpering quietly. As the sound of the dogs disquiet, the creatures flow from the woods and surround the clearing. Dead eyes peer out, pale, doughy faces, watching the three of you and the small, terrified dog. Get all the footage you need, Stella. If these things jump us, I'm pretty sure I can take them. Are you out of your mind? There's gotta be dozens of them up in the trees. They're circling us to protect their brood, or whatever it is they've been planting in these animals. We've got to get out of here while we still can. Duke's right. I think I have enough footage. The three of you take a few steps back from the clearing, then turn and start running. Together, back through the woods, driven by a deep animal instinct to get away from whatever those things are. They're everywhere. God, how many of these things are there? They reach out to you from between bush and tree branch, grasping for anything they can get hold of. Their howls filling the night. Quick, my truck's down this way. You make it to the road, but there's 3 of the creatures stand between you and Duke's truck. Stay back! You take a single deep breath before propelling yourself towards the creatures. As they recoil, you plant a foot firmly in the ground and throw your body towards the abomination to your right. Your fist firmly connects with a powerful hand. Its body feels wrong, as if your blow has just collided with a bag of loose organs instead of with a living creature. Caught by surprise and outmatched by your physical prowess, the creatures leap back and scatter into the woods. You are still the dominant species here, at least for now. Now, Stella, I know you got trouble with vehicles, but I won't hear any nonsense about you walking back to town, you hear? Get in the truck. You sense the slightest bit of hesitation as Stella pauses on the path next to you. Okay. You squeeze into Duke's tiny 2-seater truck, tucking your legs on either side of the gear shift. For such a gregarious person, Stella is being eerily quiet. She clutches Gretchen protectively, staring straight forward, expression blank, as the truck quickly starts to rumble its way down the dirt road. So I guess it wasn't a mountain lion getting at you chickens. Yeah, I guess not. Can't say I know what I'm supposed to do with that information, though. Suppose the boy and I are in for long nights trying to guard the rest of them from these things. Hey, Stella, you good? She doesn't respond. Why so glum? I thought you wanted to find cryptids. Shouldn't you be overjoyed? She doesn't respond. How she feels is her business. No need to go prying at a time like this. Let's focus on getting out of these woods before something else tries to come after us. He glances over to Stella. His hard face softens slightly. It'll just be a few more minutes. You'll be all right. Oh, you missed so much. I punched a ditchling, and I got attacked by a mountain lion, um, and I saved both. I thought I was gonna have to kill a dog to save Duke, and I didn't have to. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. Soon the rumble of gravel beneath the tires gives way to uneven pavement, and the truck comes to a stop in front of a small cottage. Yeah, you missed like all of the action. Here we are, Stella, safe and sound. Okay, so I know it's late, but I'm wound up. I know I, for one, need answers. It's a long shot, but my friend's mom is a weird hippie lady. She knows all about local wildlife and local myths and legends. Maybe she would have some idea what those things were. I say we go over there, show what we have. Are you guys with me? Hell no. I'm a God-fearing man. I don't go to that witch woman for nothing. Besides, my bed is crying out to me. I need sleep before I give anything that happened tonight another thought. The only reason I'm still here is to deliver Bruce to Miss Tabitha as requested. She said she'll be around here somewhere. Where have you been? Tabby, hey! Stella, I'm trying to talk to my cousin. I called you over an hour ago. How did you manage to get that lost? I'm afraid that's my fault, ma'am. The woods were not as safe as they usually are, and we got ourselves a little turned around out there. But there's no need to fear. I made sure your cousin was in one piece every step of the way, despite the best efforts of the local wildlife. Bruce, has this man been harassing you? He gave me a beer. We're friends. No, Duke, not at all. He had a gun. He would never let me leave. He kidnapped me and marched me through the woods and almost got beaten by masters. No, he gave me a beer. We're friends. A beer. Were you getting drunk out there? Goodness, no, Miss Tabitha. He was just enjoying a little Bud Light each. It's really weren't nothing to worry over. They both seemed normal to me. Well, normal given everything that happened. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they really don't let you leave. Like, they both seem normal to me. Well, normal given everything that happened. Okay, but that doesn't change the fact that I left my cousin alone for 2 seconds while I finished up work, only to find out that he used that time to disappear into the woods and wind up in, what, multiple life or death situations? Yes, ma'am, it seemed that way. Clearly, you need more supervision than an average adult. Great. You know, Tabby, I was just suggesting we head over to Kanike's mom and ask her what she thinks we saw in the woods tonight. You should come too. Sybil. Absolutely not. It's late. I'm taking Bruce home. Good night, Stella. Good night, Stella. And Armor. The name's Duke, ma'am. Okay, fine. I definitely want to interact with Duke again, but I wouldn't mind not interacting with Stella in this version. We really need to tell you about what happened. I'm not going home yet. I'll tell you what your mom's friend. You need to take this seriously. There's something weird in those woods. Tabitha, you need to take this seriously. There's something weird in those woods. Yeah, it's called wildlife. Those things were not normal wildlife, trust me. She's serious this time, ma'am. I've seen them too. Even if there were things out there, it doesn't sound like it's my problem. And it's not your problem either, Bruce. Now come on, I'm tired, and so are you. Bedtime. Wait, before you go, here's my number. Let me know when you get back so I know you're safe. Oh, fantastic. Now you're friends. We're leaving. Bruce? Pleasure to meet you as always, Miss Tabitha. Sorry for your loss. Pleasure to see you as always, Miss Tabitha. Sorry for your loss. Tabitha doesn't respond as she escorts you towards her old BMW. Stella and Duke's voices fade away as you walk down the dark streets with your cousin. Thankfully, there are no odd owl-like voices echoing out of the woods either. The night fills with the comforting songs of crickets. You and Tabitha. Ooh, those are eyes. You and Tabitha step into her car. It feels like a lifetime since you've been in this seat. But the truth is, it's been fewer than 12 hours. The smell outside is oddly comforting, like there's some bone-deep recognition that smells like family. Your cousin reaches for the headlights. Bruce, welcome home. The figure steps out of the light, disappearing back into the darkness of the woods. Who was that? Why did he know my name? Just one of the miners being dramatic. Everyone here knows your name. I'm sure you've noticed that. It's not a big deal. There was recognition in her eyes when she saw the man, and a distinct fear. You knew that guy, didn't you? She rolls her eyes, attempting to maintain her composure. I know all the miners. I run the mines, remember? As she turns on the engine, her keys rattle, betraying the fresh terminal details. There are details she's omitting. You both ride in silence back up to the estate. Wayne is back. This will be the round I romance him. I got this. The stars vaguely illuminate, its husking shape, perched on the cliffside. Despite the warm porch light, it feels even more abandoned than it did during the day. It's its windows dark and lifeless. We'll see you in the morning. If you really want to keep an eye on me, maybe I can go to work with you tomorrow. I don't want to stay in this town. Duke didn't want to talk to that Sybil lady either. Is there something weird about her? Good night, Tabitha. Sleep tight. Love you. You sure you don't want to stay up for a little bit? We could talk. If you really want to keep an eye on me, maybe I can go with work with you tomorrow. What, are you trying to angle your way into the family business? The answer is no. I'm drawing a line and you better not cross it. I don't want to stay in this town. Yet, you sure you don't want to try to walk back? Yet, I'm sure you don't want to try to walk back down to the highway. There are your options. It's only a week. Just keep your head down. Don't associate with Stella, and you'll survive. Duke didn't want to talk to that Sybil lady either. Is there something weird about her? She's a hippie, that's all. He's being insensible. You never know what's going to come out of her mouth. I'm sure she was going to take you all dead seriously and say she knew exactly what you saw out there, and that it's some mythical creature just like Stella hoped, and give you tea about it. Waste of time. Yeah, that was like the very first thing I did. You wordlessly start up the stairs towards your bedroom. Tabitha follows suit, and you both go to your separate ways for the night. As you start to drift off, you remember that Stella asked you to let her know when you got home safe. Go straight to bed. You're too tired for a phone call. Stella can wait until the morning. From the relative safety of this uncomfortable bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else, though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in the moments, for now you're safe and you're warm. Eventually the sun will rise and chase away the monsters, and make them seem like nothing but bad dreams. Maybe tomorrow, if you're lucky, you'll wake up in the normal world, and have a boring week in the mountains with your sour-faced cousin. It's a nice thought, but deep down you can't help but worry that things will only get worse. It is 2 a.m. I need to go to sleep. All right. That is going to be the end of me streaming tonight. And I'm very excited to continue playing Bruce. I think he's going to be really fun because so far he's a very different world than I've played before because nobody died yet. So I'm super excited. right.